and you're watching The Brass Rabbit. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this Hogwarts uniform for a Monster High doll. I've already made this Hufflepuff one for one of my dolls, but she has a twin and I need to make her a Gryffindor one. These were for a commission for one of my close friends. Here's the robe on its own. It has a hood, sleeves, and is lined. Because of the lining, it might be a little difficult to do this. So some previous sewing experience might help you a lot if you want to try doing this also. Here are the pattern pieces that I came up with on my own. There is a back piece, 2 front pieces, a hood, and sleeves. We'll cut 2 of every piece except for the back piece, which will be cut on the fold. As you can see, I've made some marks on here to help me as I'm sewing. Unfortunately, I forgot to film me sewing this first piece, but I'm going to show you how to do it using these lining pieces here. It's going to be exactly the same. Here are some tools that will help you with your sewing. A dressmaking pencil and a marker. Both of these are water soluble and will wash away with water. These aren't required, but they're definitely really helpful when you're sewing. Turn out skinny things like sleeves with a long skinny object like a brush. Now let's get started. Pin the 2 front pieces to the back piece along the sides, making sure to line up the curves. The pattern I made wasn't perfect, but that's okay, I'll just cut off the excess. We'll start out by sewing along the 2 top shoulder seams. Since this is going to be lined, we definitely want to iron down the inner seams so that they lay flat and make the whole thing less bulky. I'm also going to take this opportunity to iron out some of those nasty creases. Next, let's hem the bottom of the sleeves. I apologize because I actually lost the footage of sewing the actual sleeve onto the robe, so I'm really sorry about that. That's the hardest part, so that's kind of the worst thing to miss out on. So really sorry about that. Let's start pinning the hood. Then we'll sew along the outer curve, leaving the bottom open. Make sure to clip the outer curve so that the seams are more straight and flat. I also clip off all of the extra seam allowance. Next, pin the hood to the rest of the robe. Also, as a note here, always remember to sew right sides together because when you turn it inside out, you don't want any seams to show. Now it's time to sew. Now it's time to sew everything up the sides. Once again, make sure the right sides are together and then pin all along the sides, including the sleeves. Then, once again, it's time to sew. Do the same thing on the other side of the robe. Let's make sure it fits before we sew the lining. Looks good. Sew everything the same on the lining, except instead of giving sleeves, hem the armhole. Ironing open these seams will make the next step much easier. It also makes it look nicer and less bulky too. sew the lining to the main part of the robe. Pin them together once again, making sure the right sides are together. Also, make sure all the seams are matching up too. Then sew all along the outside edge. Make sure to take it a little more slowly around these tight curves. Don't forget to leave an opening so that you can turn the whole thing right side out. Clip the corners, and now it's time to turn it right side out. How exciting! We're almost done, yay! Now all that's left is to iron it and then sew the opening closed. Ironing the seams is a necessary step if you want it to lay flat and pretty. Maybe I'm crazy, but I actually love ironing. It feels really satisfying to get all those creases and wrinkles out. To close the opening, use a slip stitch along the edges. This is kind of confusing to explain, so if this doesn't make any sense to you, I would recommend looking up some more YouTube videos about how to do this kind of stitch. And there's also a lot of tutorials online that you can look at on how to do this. All done! Yay! Let's put it on here and see how it looks. She's all ready to go cast some spells. Stupefy! Wingardium Leviosa! What's your favorite Harry Potter spell? What do you think of these magical girls? I'm considering making this pattern available for others to use. Let me know if you would like that. If you enjoyed this, I would love it if you gave me a like, comment, and share. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching! Bye!